What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today, I've been wanting to try this one ever since I got it in, just because the flavor profile is like right up my alley. I know this brewery came out with a bunch of other renditions when it comes to this series, but this one, the moment I heard the flavor profile, I was like, oh my Lanta, I need to have this in my face. So today we're going to be looking at the Great Blackstack Bake Off, their Blackberry French Toast from their fruited Berliner Weiss series they do, which I'm really excited. Blackstack Brewing is out of, I believe, St. Paul, Minnesota, and it's a family-owned company and everything like that. They originally owned a distribution up in St. Paul, and then when it comes to bringing in European classics for into the whole U.S. kind of, or in their local area, so their main focus when they were working as pretty much when they created their distributing company, where they wanted European beers and all the kind of stuff to be available within the States. So after years of doing that, so I believe they started that in the 90s. In 2017 they kind of planned and all that stuff, and they were able to open Blackstack Brewing Company, and I'm really excited. I've had a couple things from them in the past. I've been really happy with it, but this is the first one I've actually had that's a fruited sour from them, or fruited Berliner Weiss, whatever you want to call it. Also, first one I've ever reviewed from them too as well. So I'm really excited to see what my thoughts are on this one. And just this flavor profile, just, oh my god, I can't wait. So let's crack this guy open. I just want to drink this already. This guy comes in, I believe, at 6.7% ABV. It's a fruited beer, so I have a towel below me just in case, but let's open this guy. Okay, we're good. Didn't have to worry about any kind of thing going on, but let's see how this guy pours. I'm going to be drinking it out of my Black Horizon Brewing Company glass, because this is one of my favorite glasses to use when it comes to a fruited Berliner Weiss, because it just kind of shows off how thick this beer could actually be. So, look at that color. Oh yeah, this is a dark one. Look at that. Wow. Getting a little heavier on the bottom, which don't mind at all. Whoa. Hello, blackberries. Just look at that color. That is insane when it comes to how good that looks. But let's see how this is on the nose. Oh yeah. Definitely getting some spice notes in here from the French toast kind of situation in there. Definitely getting a lot of tart blackberry as well. Yeah, it smells absolutely delicious. So let's give it a try. So cheers, everybody. Okay, right up front, I'm getting a very strong, spice forward tart blackberry in there, which is very, very nice. Definitely the spice notes in there are very unique. I don't know if I kind of compare it to a French toast flavor, just because I'm getting those kind of notes of cinnamon, vanilla, all that kind of stuff, but the cinnamon note's a different kind of cinnamon that I'm used to, because it's a very, very... You could definitely tell this is more of an Asian-inspired cinnamon in there, just because it has a little bit more of a twang to it than an actual cinnamon, a normal kind of cinnamon French toast situation I'm used to. Really like the color of it so far, though. Really nice, very thick, which you can expect out of a fruited Berliner Weiss like this. Yeah, I like the blackberry notes in this, but there's something different in here. I don't know if it's kind of throwing me through a loop a little bit. Not sure if I'm the biggest fan of that. Okay, because the vanilla in there is nice. It gives a nice sweetness, but I think there's something with that cinnamon in there that just... The cinnamon mixing in there is just not a kind of cinnamon flavor I'm used to, because in the description it actually says it's a Vietnamese cinnamon. So, I'm getting a lot, I know it's going to be weird for me to say this, but Middle Eastern influence kind of spice flavors in there, which I'm not used to at all. I don't know, that could be from the cinnamon, because it's I'm trying to figure out what that can be coming from. But let's see, they use Tahitian vanilla bean caviar in here. I don't think that would have anything to do with it, just because it's just pretty much like you open a vanilla bean, you take a knife and you scrape, and that's what the caviar of a vanilla bean is. But the French toast kind of aspects in there, I'm not really getting that much. If they say it's also brewed with Vermont dark maple syrup, which I guess I'm slightly getting like a mapley kind of flavor in there. Not much, though. But I think it maybe have something to do with that Vietnamese cinnamon that's throwing me through a loop. I'm not sure if... See, this is tough. Because having that like Middle Eastern inspired kind of flavors in there that are coming through, to me, I'm not 100% sure, in my opinion, if they work or not. There's definitely... The blackberry is very, very pungent. It's a very, very tart blackberry. Mouth feels nice. It definitely has that mouthfeel of a smoothie. Definitely more on the tart side when it comes to blackberry notes, definitely. But there's that kind of like Middle Eastern inspired kind of spice flavor that I'm getting in that. That's just, I don't want to say it's unpleasant, but it's not my favorite. Not my favorite flavor out of that. I had some really high hope for this one just because the flavor profile sounded so awesome. And I'm going to be straight up honest, I'm kind of let down by this one, to be honest. Really, really, I'm kind of let down. So, I mean, it's hard. Because I see what they're trying to do. I understand what they were trying to come up with this one. But I'm not sure. In my opinion, I feel like they missed the mark on it. If they could have just brought out a little bit more of those breadier flavors, like maybe like a cinnamon sugar kind of aspect, instead of just using authentic cinnamon, because it kind of brings out different kind of notes as well. Because when you think of a French toast, you want that kind of sweet cinnamon flavor in there along with those bready notes, because you're eating a cinnamon French toast. But I wouldn't say it's like dirt. It's gonna be it's definitely a very, very unique cinnamon flavor in here, though. It's only a flavor that I can describe being involved with like Middle Eastern food, Middle Eastern spice kind of situation. So having like Middle Eastern inspired, like kind of, I don't want to say curry. I'm not going to say curry, but kind of the smell kind of gives you like the same kind of note a little bit. It's weird. I can't really describe that smell, but it definitely has. Wouldn't say if it's more. I don't think it's an earthiness. It might be. I don't know. It's tough. This is a very, very. It's a unique one. I would definitely say it's an acquired taste, Jay, for sure. But to be honest, I'm gonna probably say it's not for me. I like the way they kind of tried to approach it, but for me personally, for what I look for in a fruited blender Weiss, I'm not sure if I would. This would be one that I would go for completely. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I mean, but yeah. So let's start going through our ratings here, and let's see what people have to say about this one on Untappd, because I'm curious. So, like I said, it's a 6.7% ABV, and with over 1,553 ratings, this one has an average rating of 4.01 on Untappd, which is a pretty damn good rating. Maybe it's just because, I don't know, I expect something a little bit different when it comes to what I look for a French, like a blackberry French toast kind of situation. So, let's see what people rated this one. This guy gave it a 4, another 4, purchase off Tavor. Let's see, another 4 out of 5, saying from last night and not sure I like the French toast taste. So this guy gave it a 4. This person gave it a 4 out of 5, but they're not sure if they like it. That's weird. Let's see, we got a 425 saying a yummy breakfast beer. Don't forget to roll your can. Yep, I always tell people to roll your cans when it comes to a fruited blender Weiss. 375 saying blackberry syrupy smooth. Let's see, a 425 saying as the name describes. Okay, so you could probably definitely. I'm not sure if this one's available right now at Blackstack. Let's take a look and see what's on tap. They might have some of the the great Blackstack bake-offs available, but we'll look right now. Let's see. So they have a couple locations, well, not locations, but they have a couple options here. I do not see any of the Blackstack bake-off ones on tap right now. They have some IPAs. They have one called New Metal, which is, it's a lager over there. Some pale ales. Okay, so they have a smoothie Berliner Weiss over there available. It's called the Ken Burns Presents their Dragon Fruit Pineapple Guava, which actually sounds delicious. And they have another one that I love this name. Holy crap. It's like, are you there, God? It's me, Guava. It's a triple guava smoothie sour available over there, which those two actually sound really interesting. I would love to try those. But I've had some stuff from Blackstack from like their IPAs and all that stuff, so, and they're awesome. I really enjoyed their IPAs, but when it comes to the last few fruited sours that I've had that have been, Duchess, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm not a fan of cinnamon, but I feel like there's, try to think. To me, there's that big difference between natural cinnamon flavor and then like a cinnamon sugar, to where sometimes when you're trying to recreate something, like when you're trying to create a French toast, and when I think of French toast, I think of how I do it at home, where if I wanted to make a French toast with like a blackberry French toast, I would add cinnamon sugar and kind of do a little bit less cinnamon, because you don't want the cinnamon to be overpowering. You don't want it to be just overbearing. You want to have that nice balance to it, where with some of the ones that I've had as of late, these fruited Berliner Weisses that have cinnamon in there have kind of been a little bit too much of a pungent, kind of in-your-face cinnamon flavor, to where I want that more sweetness. I want to kind of get that descriptive note of trying to recreate a breakfast dish. And to me, they have marks on this one to where it does feel like they recreated it, but there are also marks on this to where I feel like they could have done a lot better. But I think it might. See, I really wish I was able to like narrow down what this flavor is I'm getting in here. I don't know if it's turmeric. It's a very, very unique flavor in this one that, to me, it just doesn't seem to go well with the other flavors that are mixing in there. I mean, I'm still gonna drink it just because I don't want to waste it, but it's very, very weird. Let me just put it that way. It's very weird. That might be it, Wintucky. Turmeric might be it. I don't know. This is one I feel like I want Imperial Oak to try this one. Said that I want to see how they're able to break down the flavors in this one. This is very, very, very weird, and just, I don't know. I'm trying to like pick Blackstack's like kind of how they would have done this, but I don't know. I'm gonna probably say this one's not for me. I'm gonna be completely honest. I would definitely like to try some of the other ones they had from this the Blackstack Bake Off line, but for this being, in my opinion, them trying to recreate a blackberry French toast, like I said, they did some stuff to where they did it right with like the tart blackberry flavor, kind of that jammy blackberry, kind of getting a slight breadiness. But I feel like they missed the mark on the whole spice aspect of how you would create the flavor of the French toast. I mean, you got the breadiness, but you want to create that kind of sweet cinnamon sugar, not too much cinnamon flavor, to where it's still enjoyable, and it kind of rounds in that whole like French toast flavor, which I think they missed a little bit on this one. So let's start going through the ratings here and figure out what we're gonna do with this one. Let's start with can art first. Let's pour the rest of this in there because I'm not gonna waste it. Pour the rest of that in there. Can art. Yeah, I really like the can art. It's very classy, very clean. First off, I like a black can. That's really cool. They did it on a black can with a different label. But I don't know, they make sure their labels on the Blackstack Bake Off have like that kind of pie top, like crisscross thing on there, which is a nice touch. It definitely creates a nice, unique color to the can. Definitely like the kind of holographic silver for the logo and all the different colors for the Blackstack Bake Off. It's really nice. I enjoy it. So yeah, it's definitely a really, really nice can art, definitely something that would catch my attention when it comes to seeing it at a liquor store or a bottle shop. Yeah, so I'd give this a solid 4 out of 5 for can art, for sure. I can appreciate that at least. But, let's see. If I got this in a flight at Blackstack Brewing, would I get another one? Probably not. I'd probably have what I had in a flight, and to be honest, I drink that, and I'd want to try something else from their Blackstack Bake Off kind of situation, because who knows? You're not going to hit the mark on all of them, and I want to kind of see what they do with the other ones as well. So I think what I'm going to do for my final rating on this one, I'll give it a solid, like, for me, personally, remember, every opinion's subjective. You may like this one, so if you see it and you're curious to see if you'd like it, yeah, get your hands on it. You can find stuff from Blackstack on Tavour. You could give over to the brewery and try their stuff. You might be able to find some of their stuff in liquor stores or bottle shops around like the Minneapolis, St. Paul area right now. But I'd give this one I'd give it like a 5.5 for me. Not my favorite. Really wish that they would have done a little bit better when it comes to the different, trying to recreate that whole aspect of creating that French toast flavor in there. I mean, like I said, there's marks on this to where they nailed it completely. I really like that tart blackberry. I just wish they kind of worked on that French toast kind of well-rounded flavor a little bit more. But other than that, yeah, I think that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm going to say it again. Flavor subjective. You might like this one, even though I don't. So, don't kind of take my review for being something that, I'm not going to like it right off the bat. Because you may try it, and you may like it. So, just give it a shot. Who knows? I mean, they make good beer, so I'm not going to down the brewery. But this one's just not for me. I'm going to come up and straight say it. This one is just not my favorite. It's not for me. But other than that, that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. So thank you again, everybody in chat, for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Make sure to hit that like button if you like what you see. I might do a review tomorrow. It might be later in the day because I'm spending the day with my pops, celebrating Father's Day a little bit early. So we're going to be going golfing tomorrow. So I'm going to be out most of the day, but I might do one tomorrow evening for you guys. So just keep an eye out on my Instagram or on this channel and see if there's a link that goes up. But other than that, let's see. If you want to see more of like a social media kind of thing where you can see people like me, Jay, Kentucky, Duchess, all of us posting on like a kind of a beer social media aspect, make sure to go out here and get yourself on Untappd. We're all on there. We all check in what we see. We always kind of just interact with each other. It's a fun little community we've grown over there. But if you want to shoot me a friend request, you get yourself on Untappd. The link to my profile is down in the description below for you guys. And if you're interested in anything else from Blackstack Brewing, the link to their website's down below for you to kind of check them out as well. But other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. So make sure to hit that like button before you get out of here. I'm going to say it like I always say it, and then we're going to get on with the weekend. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see you all next time. Cheers.